Hey, we're live.
We're live. Welcome to a special Thursday edition because of Christmas edition of Talk Comics to Me. We're going to talk about, I have a few books from last week I need to talk about, I guess.
Me too.
And then I just got a couple books this week to talk about as well. And you just got like one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so let's do this. I'm going first, right?
Yes.
So first up, I have Joker, Killer Smile. This is by Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino.
Sorrentino, yes.
Yeah, let me destroy your name real fast. So that's the Gideon Falls team, and it is basically just Gideon Falls Joker. A lot of the characters look a lot alike, and it's just a lot of kind of not the same idea, but there being like multiple realities and things that make you like evil, and it's just like, okay.
Wait, I've read this before.
I've read this book in a different form. So, I mean, I guess it's cool. Fool those readers into reading this and then get them into Gideon Falls. It's good. Like, the art is good. It's interesting, but yeah, I've read it.
Been there.
Been here, done that. Okay, so moving right along. I have Aquaman. This is issue number 55. And Aquaman and Mera finally talked. They finally, after like 20 issues of being like, I'm not going to call him. I'm not going to call her. I'm not going to talk to this person. We're having a baby together and we have problems. They finally fucking talk. And even if it's just like to say sorry to each other, it's just like, come on. We could have done this a long time ago. Everything would have been fine.
Yeah, that sucks that was all that was said.
Yeah. And also, they fight Mecha Mana. A lot of things do happen in this last issue here, just because it's kind of wrapping up the story of like the Mecha Manta and them fighting against it and everybody's kind of feelings. So, I still really like it, surprisingly.
Okay.
I mean, I suppose not surprising since it's Kelly Sue DeConnick, but, you know, wouldn't necessarily read an Aquaman story otherwise. Because why?
There's no need.
There's no need. He doesn't call his girlfriend after getting her pregnant. Okay, so then next I have History of the Marvel Universe. This is issue number 6. This is the last issue, so kind of wraps up the rest of history within the early 2000s, 2010 times, and up to War of the Realms, basically. So they cover all of the stuff that happens in that time, like Secret Empire, we got War of the Realms, just lots and lots of stuff.
Is that the last issue?
Very last issue.
Very last one, okay.
And then, you know, Galactus and Franklin Richards kind of devolve into nothing because the world has been ending, and that's why he was telling him the whole history of the Marvel Universe.
Interesting.
Yeah. Overall, I really did enjoy it, so... That's 3. I did 3.
It. Okay, so I have, oh, Lord.
I did that to one of my books earlier, just folded the back in half somehow.
Okay, I have Avengers. This is issue number 28. This is the second part of the Star Brand Reborn saga. I don't know what to call it. Basically, the Avengers are in space. They are investigating a prison decimation.
All right.
Something happens. You're not quite sure what of exactly. They kind of touch on it, but one minute they're heading to the space prison, and then the next they're like all separated.
Okay.
Thor gets infected by the Brood and becomes Brood Thor. He's terrifying, way strong. He almost caves in Captain America's head. Black Widow is a part of this. She is with Ghost Rider fighting Silver Surfer. It's like there's a lot to explain.
Nonsense.
Yeah, I mean it really does. But yeah, Captain Marvel just disappeared and is flying somewhere. There's a lot going on. And Tony Stark went to the past.
Yeah, is he still?
Yeah. He transported back into time to meet the original Avengers, and he is not happy about it. He just kind of popped back up in this issue. He's been gone for a few of them now. Everyone's like, no, where's Tony? And then that's it. They don't question it any more than that. Yeah, they're just like, life goes on. So yeah, this is a very interesting issue and a very interesting series. I'm excited to see more Ghost Rider, honestly. He's probably my favorite character in Avengers right now.
Makes sense.
Yeah. He's great. After he, defeats everyone in hell, I really respect him.
All right, so then I've got 3 more books I'm going to talk about, right? That's how this works. 3,
I don't
2.
really want to talk about this one. Okay, sorry.
Okay, you have to.
I know.
So then I have Runaways. This is issue number 28. And the Runaways are still with Doc Justice. They're still just, like, kind of going off on missions with him. Gert is still just like, why are you guys doing this? Like, we need to get out of here. And then finally they kind of convince her, like, you can train with us and, like, go out on missions. And they're like, you have Old Lace to protect you. And at one point the gun, like, malfunctions that they're training with, and it, like, shoots out at Gert and at Chase. And so Old Lace tries to save Chase and, like, leaves Gert, and it's a whole thing. So they decide, like, Gert can't go out on missions, and you kind of figure out that Doc Justice, which you knew, I feel like, from the beginning, is not quite who he says he is, but also isn't necessarily looking out for them,
right?
And more so being selfish. So it's really interesting. Still, I mean, I enjoy it overall. Good YA content.
We love the YA content.
We love the YA content.
I actually really do.
I know you do. I usually don't. So, and then my next book is Revenge of Cosmic Ghost Rider. This is issue number 1. Wasn't my jam. That's fine. I've liked basically all of the other Cosmic Ghost Rider stuff, but this just seemed like a fairly weak story overall. Donny Cates did do, like, a little, like, one-off, like, short few-page story in the back, which I thought was really interesting. But otherwise, yeah, it was just kind of a hard meh.
Okay.
So I probably won't continue to read that, but that's just personal opinions.
I always struggle with, like, if I don't like the first issue as much as I want to, do I get the second issue and read it, or do I, like, why bother?
I think, and, like, with this one, nothing about it, like, made me interested.
So you have no reason
So
to
I
pick
have
up the
no
second.
reason to pick up the second one. Like, sometimes when there is, like, the thumbs, that, like, that first issue I wasn't super interested, but enough to, like, be like, I do want to see what
there was
happens.
Something about
yeah, there was something more there that, like, just wasn't quite grasping me. But, like, this, I don't care what happens. Like, I do not give a shit. So.
Okay.
And then I have Daredevil. This is issue number 15. Wilson Fisk is having just, like, a bad time. He's just having a real bad time. This is one of my favorite things about this Daredevil series, is just, like, how much you kind of see, how Wilson Fisk has climbed this social ladder and how much effort it takes for him to keep that, but how evil everybody is within the ladder and how much standing he really doesn't have. So I like that aspect of this. I just want to say, Elektra and Daredevil, I'm going to ruin this for you guys, but it is on the cover for the next issue. They do get their bang on.
Yes!
And I have been waiting a very long time for that. So, I was really stoked. I'm pretty sure I, like...
Good for her.
Yeah, I made some, like, sort of squealy noise when I read this at work, and Drew was just like... Our friend Drew was just like, what is going on? I'm like, they finally did it.
They're banging.
They're banging. I've waited. I don't know. She showed up in, like, issue 10, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like, 5 issues isn't a long time to wait.
Yeah, but that's like, 5 months?
Yeah. Well, no, this is bi monthly most of the time.
Still, 2.5 months is a long time to wait for
comic
book characters to bang.
Okay, so your turn.
Okay. I have this very questionable book.
Okay.
Mostly the title. This is Eskimo Kisses. It's a horror story. They do go into kind of the history of the word, which I thought was very interesting, but then it turns into 30 Days of Night. with no real conclusion.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Like, I don't understand. Like, I feel like they were kind of leaving it open, like, in case they wanted to do more.
Yeah.
But it's literally 30 Days of Night for people who just don't know how to act right.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. That was good. Now I have issue number 43 of Outcast. 5 more issues.
5 more.
5 more issues.
This one came out yesterday, right?
Yes,
well,
this came
today.
out yesterday. Yeah, today. So, and the next 2 books I have came out today.
Okay.
I am basically just reading Outcast to see how it ends, because at this point I really, really, really don't care. Somebody asked me why I kept reading it. I was like, because I've gotten this far.
Yeah,
I might as well
going.
finish it. Like, there's no point in me stopping at issue number 42 and not getting the last little bit.
Right, because you're in the last arc now.
Yeah, I'm in the last arc now. I've done it. I've done it.
You are John Cusack in 2012.
So, I don't know. I just feel like the end of this story has been so weak. Like, the beginning was pretty interesting with the idea of, like, what outcasts were in the original bad guy, just kind of, like, messing with the main character's head. And then it just, like, after they made some, like, questionable story writing decisions, in my personal opinion, it just kind of, you got a new bad guy who's basically the same as the first guy, just a little bit different, and it just, like...
Is this a Kirkman joint?
This is a Kirkman joint, so this makes sense.
That makes sense.
Because it's kind of like in Walking Dead.
Yep.
So it just kind of repeated itself, and the story has just been really flat, so it's just like, no characters have really been built out very much, nothing has really happened, like, they've all gotten to this farm, and they've just been there.
Damn, season 2 of The Walking Dead.
So
Kirkman
you're just
really knows how to do it.
So you're just, I don't know. I say anybody should pick it up, and definitely, like, the first, like, few story arcs are interesting. But I think once you get Idris Elba bad guy, just stop.
I mean, what else can you do?
Okay.
Okay, so I have this nice little ditty. It's called what is it called?
Kill Lock.
The Kill Lock. I almost said The Kill List. That's a movie. The Kill Lock. This story is about 4 robots who are sentenced to death, and it's pretty much a curse called the Kill Lock, where if one of them dies, they all die. So, because there's a child in the group who actually is innocent, they are all working together to try to find a potential cure for this Kill Lock.
Mm-hmm.
Because... one of the characters, like one of the robots, is very reckless, and he's obviously gonna, like, get them killed. And they're, like, trying to keep him reined in so they can save this little boy.
All right.
Yeah. It's very interesting. I do think I am gonna get the second issue to see more of them. Because I don't know if I'm actually enjoying the story. There's, like, this really sad part at the beginning that just really bummed me out. Because the shitty robot, the one... It tells what their crimes are. He pretty much, like, was dismantling other robots for their parts. He sees this dude sitting at a bar and is like, hey, I know how to, like, do stuff to you because I'm the one who built you. And so he takes his vision away and then takes his hearing away and just leaves him.
Oh,
yeah, I was like, these are robots. Why am I feeling so sad about this? It really bummed me out.
Yeah, no, that seems really not nice.
Yeah, that's the guy who's going to get everyone killed. Clearly, because he just doesn't care about anything. But, yeah, the Kill Lock.
So then I have Peter Porker, Spider-Ham, issue number 1. I just wanted to read something silly. This was really, really silly. Really dumb. It's for children. Like, a child can pick up this book. Basically, Spider-Ham's kind of just being... a really big dick in his universe because he's, like, saved the multiverse, and he's basically, like, in this giant fight with the Avengers from his universe, and he's just like, hey, like, just talking and, like, telling about how he, like, saved the multiverse, and everyone's like, we're trying to do something. And you find out some sort of multiverse shit is happening, and then the Iron Man from, like, this Spider-Ham's universe is trying to use Spider-Ham's, like, multi-dimensional watch to, like, travel time and save save the multiverse. Spider-Ham's like, nah, that's mine. I'm doing this. And then, like, so, I don't know. Part of me is like, I do want to keep reading this because now I'm like,
what is he gonna do?
What is he gonna do? But also, I'm just like, this is really hard for me to read without wanting to rip it in half.
It's for children.
I don't have the pun taking skills to take it. I feel like somebody's shooting me in the face with dad jokes.
It's just Dave backing you into a corner.
Yeah, just like
yelling at you.
Make it stop!
Oh,
okay, so then our last book, we have Invisible Kingdom. Heather is an issue bind.
Yes.
So
I am still not caught up.
So close.
So close.
Well, I mean, getting like 26 books last week didn't help. So.
Yeah, no.
Still
looks good.
It still is very, very pretty looking. The story is still really interesting at this point. They are held hostage by pirates, and they're talking to another Lux ship and trying to get them to come on so they can steal stuff from them. And also, Grix is trying to try to save everybody and get herself and everybody off of this fucking pirate ship. And things just kind of blow up in her face.
Classic.
So it's just
Grix doesn't know when to stop.
Yeah, I feel really bad because I'm just like, how are you going to get out of this predicament? Like, everything you've done has not been necessarily the best choice nor the worst choice. Mm-hmm. It's like, what else can you do? So
I'm excited to read it.
And that is our live Thursday.
Our Pretend Wednesday.
Catch us back next Wednesday when everything's back to normal.
Wait, next Wednesday's the 1st.
Oh, fuck yeah.
We're closed that day. We'll figure it out.
Well, we're closed that day, but it is a full week in comics, so...
Yes.
Well, we'll figure it out. You'll see us whatever day. It'll be fine. Do check out soon. We just recorded our top books of 2019. I will try to get that posted by tomorrow at the latest because it shouldn't take too long. My internet just sucks, so
we did really good.
We did really, really good. You would be proud of us. So, thank you for listening. As always, go buy comics. Have a great week, and we hope you had a good holiday.